Hey everyone, good morning.
Hi, how you going? Oh,
How are you?
cool.
All right, how's everyone's weekend?
Uh, well, it's Father's Day, so it was good yesterday.
Oh yeah, shoot, it was Father's Day.
Hey, you're a father now, aren't you?
Nearly.
Oh, how much longer?
Forgot to call my dad. Jeez, I was few weeks. A few weeks. I was thinking, I was
Yeah.
like, why? Because it was a I called him, and then I was looking at the message last night. I was like, oh yeah, missed call. I'll give him a call back. Gosh. I have to call him today.
Over you.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get hold of my dad. Very, very difficult. He's not very like tech savvy, so he's like doesn't text message at all. So only way to call him from over here is like to try call him on Facebook Messenger, but he doesn't have any apps on his phone, so it's only get him when he's like at the computer, or he'll see it when he gets to when he goes and reads the news after dinner or something like that. Alrighty, so Monday morning. Let's check this out. What do we have here today? It's bank holiday today in the US and Canada. Out to crush more. So prop firms have got a day off today.
Oh,
from from. All right, so we've got Swiss news coming up. A medium impact. Pretty clear day. It's going to be a busy week this week, I think. Oh, is it next week? No. Tomorrow's cash rate for Aussie expected to hold. Then Aussie GDP on Wednesday. Then Canada bank rate on Wednesday. Then this is his last meeting. This might be his last appointment. Closing remarks, yeah. So him going. Then we have unemployment every Thursday. And then we've got Bank of Canada, Macklem speaking, very late. Wonder what he's speaking about. Time, release time listed. Oh, whatever. Then Friday, Canadian employment change. Okay. So a pretty quiet week, actually. We might see a bit of ranging. Not a whole lot to move markets. Then it's the week after. Tuesday, following week, the 12th. We have UK unemployment. Then pound GDP. Then CPI. Then we have Aussie unemployment, Euro rates. So that'll be a big one for German 40. US PPI. Oh yeah, CPI then PPI. Usually one day after. Then we're Chinese industrial production, so big for Asian currencies. Then we push to the big one. Big one for me anyway. For my pound Aussie trade. The pound bank rate. So, yeah, pretty quiet week, potentially, for this week. So let's see what we get. Hey, Alan. Alrighty, so let's bring up 30, 35, and 1 hour. Everything's all over the shop. 3, 5, 30, and then let's do some analysis. Alright, so So I'm going to clear some of these little things off. Then we'll go to the higher time frame. Holy. All right, let's check the 4 hour. Let's see if we can find some low hanging fruit. Okay, so we're ranging inside of this area that we ranged in previously, so that's no surprise there. Couple of little dojis, just maybe bouncing between these monthly levels. Nothing really going on. Let's check the daily. Daily. So we've rose a fair bit actually. We do have a no wick candle for Asian session. There's an Asian no wick candle. Back to daily. How did the monthly close actually? Monthly closed and we've pushed down into the wick a little bit. Last week closed bullish with a long wick. So are we going to keep on doing a little bit of a wick fill, creating that higher monthly wick? Or are we going to push down a little bit before pushing up? Nothing really telling me what it's going to do. Daily, you can see how it ranged previously in this area. And now we've gone up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so what's that number there? 15, 9, 10. This would be those daily bodies. Thank you. Hey Tom, hey Deb. All right. 3 hour. Looking like a nice liquidity candle here. Two hour. Same wick. Okay, so some stage we should push up to here, some stage we should push down to here. So what order does it do that? So this is a 70 pip range. Got 6 minutes till they open. Very tiny range currently. Very, very tiny.
Yeah. Ask if you could extend that. That's where my eye's drawn towards that one, Hayden.
No top wick here. Man, it's such a tiny little range. All right, so there's a little bit we are seeing a little bit of detail here as well. And that was agent session. But a little wick up. Coming back down to this area. So the low to the open. So if we're breaking under here, we should be traveling down to this candle. It's only 15 pips away. Okay, so I'm not really sure which direction I want to go in either. I guess if it breaks up too impulsively, I'll take the second break. Yeah, I'll do that, I think. I think I'll take the second break. If it breaks here, and then it can start to push down and then start to push up. Again, I'd consider that. Up into this zone. And I might try to sell that. It'd be nice if it just did something like that. Okay, or will it wick out? Actually, you know what? It'd be even better if it took the low and then started pushing up. Like something what it did on Thursday. Otherwise, this resistance here, if it can find, because we've just pushed up, we've got a little bit of a gap here. So what's going on there? So we can push up maybe and then go and take the low. And that would be around 50 pips in that direction. Yeah, I could do the counter of this, the opposite of this as well. So we push down, then up, and then started like hesitating here and then pushing back down. I think for the sells, I'd want to see something push down, up, and then sort of break. I'll mess that up. Break down. And I'd have this as my little sell zone. This one here would be my sell zone. All right, so we're gonna have to just wait and see, huh? I think I'd lean to the sells. Let's go.
Sells from above 15,900, somewhere around that area.
Yeah.
Or
later entry if it gives me good price action. So 1 hour's about to close. 1 hour's closing the doji. So yeah, be careful taking the breakout when it's a doji close. Dodgy close. Oh, a little bit of life at the end. Oh, you prick. The last minute, man. Last minute now makes it look more bullish. This is a manipulation zone though. See these, where this pushed up. We've got this candle though. So you can almost extend it and use that wick and this open. So it could be a very large area. So this is a bit of a liquidity pool, I think. So I'd like to, yeah, I'm gonna, oh, now it's pushed back down. Now it is gonna close the doji. All right. Yeah, want price to sort of like poke up into an area, pull liquidity, and then drive down. So that's gonna be this red zone or potentially higher. There we go. He's open now. So let's see what it's going to do. So beware the first break. Beware the first break. Okay, so it's taken the low. No, it hasn't. Not yet. Lows 15,882. There you go. Little reaction. I won't enter impulsively either. And if it doesn't give me like a lower time frame price action, then after last week, I think I'll be waiting for a 15-minute. Okay, here we go. Taking the high. So swept a euro low, euro Frankfurt open low. Now we're poking up into this zone.
Connected in sessions now.
Mm-hmm. So just need to be careful not to jump in anything too soon, because we had a huge sell-off on Friday on the back of the NFP news, which I thought would have been a driver, bullish driver. So I'm wondering if that was a head fake as well, where it sold off to get a better price for indices. Okay. Little retrace. Testing that little bottom edge. Huge reaction. All right, so let's have a look. could be a little sell to buy move. If it closes back under 15,905, 904.1, if it closes back under here, and then if it pushes up and if it starts to flip bearish, I think I'd enter. But it needs to close, something needs to close back under here.
Gold's dropping as well for some reason.
What is dropping?
Gold.
Gold. Oh, okay.
Not that we need to trade it, but just keeping an eye on both at the same time.
You got your left eye on gold and your right eye on German 40?
Usually. We've got a nice clean range to sell gold, and we've also got a nice bullish range if it breaks the high.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now 3 minute, sorry, up here, 5 minute, wick fill. Close nice and strong and bullish. Wick fill. So pump candle, doji. I'm actually tempted to take a little sell above this doji, like the extremes. I'm going to give it a feeler. This is a little aggressive. Little aggressive, but I enter the sell at the top of that doji candle. Just to spice up my coffee a little bit in the morning. I'll be pretty quick to manage this one if it turns around. But I liked how we pushed out, slowed down, hesitated, and then traded at that extreme. I thought there was a good chance to get 1-to-1 out at least. So let's see. I don't like how it's pulling back on me. Come on, break the low. One more, come on, push down. Drop, not push. No, I said drop, not push. Drop. Oh, that little gap up. Don't like that. Yeah, not liking that. All right. I'll let the 5 minute close. Okay. Give it one shot to come down. But if it just creates a bottom wick, then I'll jump out. Because it would have been nice if this 3 minute was able to stay and close bearish. A little bit annoying now it popped up towards the end. So just break that wick again. Just drive down from here. Okay. Gonna move my stop down now. Just gave it plenty of chance, so this will be a break-even trade if it comes back now. Had its chance to break the high. And just drop, come on. Yeah, stop me out. Damn it. All right. That was a pretty aggressive little sell. Yeah, the way it's jumping around here. We'll just give it time to rest. What I was trying to visualize was the 15-minute candle was going to be a top, like a rejection wick, and how it pumped up and then traded these extremes. But we're just making higher lows now, so it makes sense to, when it gave me that chance to manage the trade, to just take it, take the opportunity to give it a chance. I was in with a shot, but it was a BE. Oh, hey, Marion. Yes. Yeah, I was a little bit sad my super coach has come to an end. Now I can actually enjoy watching the footy without wanting this player to do well or that player to do badly. Okay, so it looks like the volume is just going to... did I win? I won it, actually. I did, yeah. I won our comp. We won... Oops. I got my little certificate. Won our comp, which is Regan's in it as well, and a few other guys. So, oh, here it goes, drops down now. Damn it. Oh, this is, see, that was me. I won it last year as well. Ended up finishing for the year. Not bad, because I was only playing head-to-head, but finished, came 1,762 out of 157,000 people. So not bad, pretty good, top 1%. I'm pretty happy with that. In our little league, we have it's a premiership ring that we get, that one of Regan's mates gets made, and the total prize I think was like $800 if you win it. We all put like at the start $100 in to buy the ring. Every month, give away prizes, and then the person that wins the whole thing gets 800. See if I can find a picture of the ring. I was joking I was going to give it to should have proposed with that ring instead. Give,
Save it for your own wedding bang.
well, I got two now. Now I got two. Two of these. Okay, not going to give this a second chance just yet. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, I've got it right here, actually. Kept all my valuable stuff. Not next to the computer. Yeah, it's right here. This is last year's one. Oops. It's like a NFL style super coach with that was last year. So Regan will have to look after my one this year till I get there in Australia, till end of next year. Pick it up, put a pair together. Yeah, if I pulled that ring out to propose with, Sarah definitely would have said no. She hates Supercoach. She's like, she loves it when it's over. Or like I tried to tell her about how like the weekend. She's like, you're not in a very good mood. I'm like, yeah. Got players, my opposition's captain did well. Yeah. All right, so looks like we're still pushing up. So this is, see this pump candle? And then we had that doji. And this is, I like the idea of trading above that doji to try take out that low of the doji to then continue to push down. So I did like that idea. We only got to about 11 pips in profit, or me got into 11 pips in profit, and then it came up, went to draw down a little bit, new 5-minute candle open, price pushed down again. As I was pushing down, thought that's it, this has to be the high, otherwise I'm not interested. Price came up, hit the entry, which was the BE point, and now we're just making higher lows essentially. So I think we're gonna eventually run out of fatigue. I feel like this could be like pushing into a wall, but there's a lot of bullish pressure with these higher lows. So I don't want to touch anything now because I'd rather, unless I see another like pump candle, doji, and then take it above the doji, I could get around that and trying to anticipate the high of a 15-minute wick. But I would like that zone now to be around here or here, because this is now my 3 hour. It's my 3 hour liquidity candle. So that would be a little, think that would be a bit nicer. Let me just remind us. 3 hour. That's this guy here. If I do the 2 hour, the 2 hours a little bit lower, but the 3 hours looking quite nice. Is it a previous? Is it a session marker as well? It's around the 3/4 mark, isn't it? Of that yesterday, Friday's New York session. Okay, so 2 scenarios. A pulse of buying, doji, entry above the doji for a sell-off. Inside of this area. I'll jump into a sell if I see that again. If it doesn't do that, then what I'll also be looking for is on the 15-minute time frame, waiting to see like a rejection candle. Because I don't trust. I think we're probably going to be bullish today. Probably. Maybe a little bit diluted because we have US and Canada on bank holidays. But I think it will more likely be bullish, but I don't like how we've got this gap here. That I think there'll be some stage where we fill this area. So I'd like to target that. So 8 minutes till this candle comes to a close. Is everyone clear on what I'm looking for? On IC markets, G40 looks like it's DE40. Yeah, same thing. Same thing, Joe. Sorry, I missed your message earlier, a few minutes ago. GE40, DE40, same thing. Some call it German and some call it Deutsch. So I'd like to see a pump candle. Pump, doji, break the high, drop. I mean, it could be wrong, but this is just... It looks like it's just teasing for a breakout. Doesn't it? Looks like it could do a breakout early buyers trap.
Yeah.
Hey, Ivan. I mean, I did think it was going to go long on Friday, and then that happened. So I wonder if we're going to keep pushing up and up and up. We'll see. I've got my plan set, so I'll see if that works out. Pump, doji, drop. Or see if a 15-minute reacts in the zone. Look at the weekly. There's some room for upside. Wickfield targeting that doji candle, and then we can go lower, I guess, later this or next week. Yeah. The monthly's down, the weekly's up, the daily's up now. So definitely can see upside. I mean, we might see that. It might just keep on drifting higher, and then New York's bank holiday today. So we might just be trapped inside this liquidity candle. What's your view on prop firms? Oh yeah, geez, that's left a bitter taste in my market, in my mouth, Shaji. That's actually, because I tried the old MFF. Man, I was starting to think, you know what? Why not? Why not give it a go? And then this happened. So now I'm like, at the moment, I'm just going back. I'm just trading my own accounts. I'm done with it for now. Now, like, given reading more and more into the charge sheet and how it was run and stuff like that, I was like, it's just typical. This is what I thought from the originally. This is what I thought, that if they're only making money from people trying and failing, I didn't anticipate how much they were looking to. Well, from the charge sheet, it sounds pretty grim, but I didn't realize how bad it seemed that they were trying to force you to lose as well. And after that, I just don't want anything to do with it. They're all like hyenas now as well, like trying to scramble after the people that have been left out in the cold. All these other ones, so who knows? Well, if they were transparent at the start as well, and said like if they pay you from the fees of the ones who fail, but actively trying to make you like, it depends. If they said there was a business model that they could pay the amount of people that would lose, but what their whole goal is to try find profitable traders so that they can simulate why they win and then try and make money that way, I'd be on board with it. But the whole purpose of trying to make you lose, then that's just, yeah. Exactly, yeah. So said it once and I said it again. Trade your own money is the best way. Where you saying, Glenn?
That video posted in the prop firm channel, that was very interesting.
Let me have a look.
Who put it in? But Kyle popped it in there yesterday.
Oh, Kimmel Trading.
Yeah, he's reviewing that the charge sheet.
Yeah, it's very
It's
bad. It's very bad what they did.
Yeah. I said when you read through some of the charges and then you go back through your mind of personal experience in some of those prop challenges, you question some of the potential results that you may have or may not have already experienced.
Yeah, I mean, 20 seconds.
I may second guess a few things.
Yeah, like it was True Funded FX that took 20 seconds for I put a trade on, took 20 seconds to execute. But it was through 8cat broker, so I give them A+ for customer service because they tried to help and then they said, I don't know why it's doing that, but here's your money back. So maybe so I could have tried that for 2 or 3 days, trying to see if it would work, and then I thought, oh, the latency is awful. So then I was like, okay, go for one that's got good latency. And my Forex funds had really excellent latency, but we can see why now because it was all in-house. They weren't. They were manipulating their own brokerage.
They had good latency when they wanted you to have good latency.
Yeah. Oh, damn it, man. These buys were the ones.
Yeah.
So we're inside this zone now, though. That's the only good thing, is that once again, like all of last week, it wasn't able to pick the breakout move. Wasn't able to pick the breakout move, so now thinking I'm having to take the correction now. Yeah, can't say if any of the props are ethical. They should publish the balance sheet. Yeah, you see how many people from third world like Africa, Asia put their $100 dream to get rich. Yeah, that was crazy, man. Like 300 million. Behind that, he bought Bugatti, big mansions, poor people's $100. Yeah. Okay, so 30-minute has come to a close. Pump candle. I'll look for a 15-minute reaction, or if this 15-minute can close as like it's probably slim chances, but if this 15-minute candle can close as a bit of a doji, and then look in the trade, the top point of the doji, if it breaks the high without breaking the low, I'll try and anticipate a 15-minute bearish candle. So it'll look something, this candle would need to close as a doji. Can be bullish or bearish, I don't mind. And then if it does a wick fill straight away, I'll sell impulsively above it, or maybe I'll wait for like a 1 minute or 3 minute rejection candle above this doji high, anticipating that it will be a reaction to push bearish. The risk I'd be giving this one, the reward would far outweigh the risk, so I'm happy to take that because it's inside a reaction area that I don't mind. It's difficult to read these employment numbers. On one hand, lower unemployment, rising unemployment, and a real slowdown in the US employment labor market should be signaling to the Fed to drop or to pause interest rates right here. That would normally be a tailwind for business. However, and these indices have they're correlated. So what's happening in the US indices will be is quite similar to what happened in the European indices. Now, interest rates being put on hold, or them starting to price in perhaps earlier cuts next year, what that should do is lead to bullish drivers in the indices. But they're also the general public are running out of money. So if they're running out of money and spending, then that's not going to be good for business. So in a way that should be good for indices, on the other hand, it's not good for indices. So that's why I can see we can just range a bit more. Yeah, I guess what the CFTC have done by shutting down my Forex funds has sent a very strong warning in the market to drive out some cowboys and make the organizations a bit clever on how they're going to basically just manipulate the greed factor in trading. So maybe this regulation is a good thing. Yeah. The other thing as well is I think it's going to bring everyone's focus back to we're here to learn a skill set. And that's what I think is good to advocate is trade your own funds if you can. But try to focus on trading your own as well. It's not that the CFTC are any better, are they? They see one business just absolutely raking it in, and they probably could have got in a little bit earlier. But now that this bloke sounds like this Matazura or whatever his name is behind my Forex funds, if he's taken 300 million, he's probably going to have a fine for financial services. He's going to have a massive fine, isn't he? So it's basically the CFTC is just like, oh, look at how much money this guy has just scammed everyone. We'll have that. They're not going to give it back to all the people that have challenges running, are they? They're going to keep it for themselves. So it's like one robber has just been caught by an even bigger robber. Kathleen, I didn't look into MFF as their broker's 8-cap. Heard bad reviews about them. You're with Fivers and Lux. They're pretty legit. Fivers are out of Europe, aren't they? MFF isn't with 8-cap, I don't think. MFF was their own. They had their own in-house broker called Traders Global Group. All the ones that I'd seen that had a branch with 8-cap, I thought the trading conditions were pretty poor.
A little bit of a concern at the moment, Haydos. There's a few prop firms that used to use 8-cap are now moving away from them. I'm wondering now what the reason was they were moving away from them. Whether it was that they couldn't manipulate it, or whether it was, I don't know, there's just a bit of a foul taste in the water at the moment, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it is. All right, so what have we got here? At 15 minutes, got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes, just continue to pump. Man, the buyers were the ones.
Hayden, are you familiar with a broker called or some company called FXCM?
Yeah, FXEM have been around. They're the very first people I went with.
Okay, because they were the only. I could only download MT4 for Emabot through them.
Okay.
So I guess I'm going to put some funds into an account with them. So I was just curious whether what your opinion of them was or whatever.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't stay with them is they only had one model when this is way back when I was using it, and that was they didn't have Razor or ECN accounts. So what that meant was that your spread was built in to the price. You didn't pay commissions per trade, but you'd have like a higher spread. So you'd have like 2 pips instead of 1 pip.
Yep.
And yeah, that's pretty much the only reason. I wanted the ECN. That's the only reason I left. But now they do offer ECN accounts. Only thing now to mind with FXCM is that they're one of the very few that have their trading days. The daily candle closes at midnight, not New York close, which is a bit weird because they have a Sunday candle as well. So that Sunday candle throws things out a little bit. So when I do a lot of testing on things, like on Emabot, where is FXCM? So I downloaded FXCM MetaTrader. I'll bring it up because I'm just waiting for this to slow down. Here's FXCM. I haven't. Oh yeah. It's been too long. I think you've got to put a trade on every X. Oh no, wait, there we go. Is that on? No. Oh, it is working still. Sorry about the noise. Yeah, it is working still. Cool. All right. So what they have is that's right. We've got time. If I put on the period separators, you see this. Each one of these vertical dashed lines represents the start of one trade day and start of the next. And you see like this will close at midnight. Oh wait, no, that's okay. So it closes at the same time. No, wait a second. Yeah, so it closes. Is this candle moving? It is, yeah. So see down here, the broker time's different than most others. It's quite different to most other brokers. The closing time is very different. And then you've got the Sunday candle, which is this line. It's 2 hours. It's like basically a pre-market. And what that does is it throws out Emabot a little bit. So we'll have to talk. I'll talk you through it, Dave, when we're off the stream.
Yep.
About how to deal with that, because it's not barely any brokers do it, but with Bill, we've got this flagged as a potential issue, because what it's going to do is it's going to say like this is going to be your screener for Emabot, and it's treating the third as a whole day, but really it's just a 2 hour period. So it's not accurate. So if on a Monday you would just have to use the previous, you'd have to go back and use the Friday close.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. But yeah, I've had payouts with FXCM, so they're legit.
You see the funny screen grab I got from a Facebook ad of Greg Secker touting his new partnership with what is it? WYWT. We
I think it's we fund your trading.
trade. Yeah, we fund you trade. And he's like up to $300,000 account and stuff. You know, the usual spiel, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, the marketing on every prop firm lately is gone crazy, trying to mop up all the, because MFF were the biggest, second biggest I think after FTMO. So there's a lot of people on the hunt for a new prop firm. So I can imagine the marketing for my social media is just lit up with just constant. We've got 20% off this and 30% off this, and
but I thought his choice of, I watched his little video blurb, and I thought his choice of words was curious. You know, he said something like, you know, we give you a very simple, very easy assessment to prove that you can trade in the way that we teach you.
Oh,
yeah. Like, sounds familiar.
Yeah. Okay, 15 minutes, still closing bullish. 5-minute lows closed as a little doji. We've pushed up now from the get-go. 77 pips. Oh, that's all right, Kathleen. You're talking about a different prop firm. That's with 8cap, right? Yeah, most of them were with 8cap. That's the thing. There were a lot with 8cap. I think 8cap were offering a lot of... they have their server, and you'd have a funding account that they would partition out a little bit of their liquidity provider or whatever it is thing, bandwidth for that broker or that prop firm to use their demo accounts, and then another one. So if you're with 8cap by itself, I've heard 8cap were not bad if you're with them by themselves directly, but if you're with a prop firm who has used 8cap and 8cap have partitioned out a little slice, what happens is when you get too many people trading and on the same servers and they're all trying to put their orders through on the demo accounts, it chokes the demo account server, and then what it does is it creates like a bottleneck. So then everything became really slow. Yeah, I'm sure there's probably a lot of manipulation there with the spreads and everything. Yeah, I'm being pretty keen. Oh, actually, it's here. Yeah, this is what I'm looking. Oh, you're on the. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I didn't check the 1 minutes, but I liked how the 5 minute had created this little doji here, and we're in the zone that I'm looking at. How are you, mate? How was your weekend, actually?
Yeah, it was good.
That's good.
Just spending some time with the family.
Good one.
What about you?
It was busy. It was really busy. So we've been trying to like get this house still together. So a lot more building things, and then went to get some more furniture yesterday, and they had a power cut, so I couldn't get into the showroom. So then we just went and looked at like brooms and buckets and stuff like that. So
I think on Friday you said about someone is going to inspect for the baby environment.
Oh, we had a house visit at home, a health visitor come over last. It was during the week, last week, not last Friday. It was last.
Yeah, on Friday.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. She didn't come on Friday though. Or did she? I forget what day she came over. Anyway, that took about. No, I think it was Wednesday. I think she came over. So she was there for about an hour, just talking to us about the whole process now. This is looking good. Looking good on that 1 minute. It's looking alright. Yeah, interesting the process now about when they come and check and when the baby's due and that. Talk about when they get vaccinated and basically put a face to the name, because she's going to be our health visitor now, monitoring the baby until like 19 months, I think. So she'll constantly be coming and going. Yeah, I feel like we're nearly there, which is good. I painted the wall behind me on Saturday, and then now we can like install the TV unit, and that's going to give us a lot more storage. How long? 4 more weeks. Just under 4 weeks. I think 3 weeks and 6 days now.
Nice, nice. Drop.
Yeah.
It's looking good now. 1 minute also, it's looking good.
I said I sold over here above this doji, and I accidentally said push instead of drop, and look what happened. Yeah, I'm getting I'm both Marion. I'm looking forward to the whole birthing process to be over. That's terrifying me. But I'm looking forward to having the little one with us.
Terrifying you.
Oh yeah, I mean Sarah's been brave about it. I'm like, just looking at all the things to do. Like, she was like their recommendations was for like massage for the areas, and like make sure like to start the massage to try get some like the colostrum going through, so it's easier for the baby to start getting like breastfeeding, and just the whole stuff. I'm just like, oh my god, like the videos that they have demonstrating it, and like, holy.
So it all comes pretty naturally, mate. Don't worry. It's not really scary when you get to it. Just do what comes naturally and
Yeah, exactly.
Either, you know.
Yeah, I know it's not me that's doing the hard work at all.
Just don't, faint and pass out at the birth. That's always embarrassing.
That's my goal, is not to do that.
Set the bar really low. Don't pass out.
Yeah, we're laughing and we're saying like, after the birth, what's going to happen is people going to call and be like, "How did it go?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Sarah's driving us home," and I'll be in the back with like a little juice or something.
Did everything okay? Go okay? Yeah, Hayden's okay. He's okay. Oh, the baby. Oh,
How about Sarah? Oh, she's fine. She's driving us home. I'm the one that passed out. This is gone. This is dropping now. Come on.
You're in short at the moment?
I got in late, yeah. I got in after it was breaking this low here. But I prefer, what I was hoping for is to at least take out the doji, but it was on the 1 minutes. Yeah, I didn't want to take the 1 minutes at all. I didn't want to take the 1 minutes at all, but the 3, I was really hoping we were going to have a bit of a higher push. So I didn't want to like jump into this late sell, because I knew that the time, I don't want that to sound like a cop out, but the time that it was breaking here, and for me to decide and think, oh shoot, it's probably not going to pull back. By the time I say, yeah, let's do a sell here, people will then also take sells, but then they might get time it takes them to set things up, it'll not be a good position for them. It'll be a very, very dangerous position. So if I plan the trade out and they set an area and I see the right price action, I'll call it. If it's happening so quick, I don't want to call it, because I know people will just take a sell and then just be in a bad position, and then it'll just, if I have to change my mind very quickly and get out, people that are just following for the signal will probably take a loss, and I might take a break even. And I don't like that pisses people off. And I don't want people to get in a bad position either. So I prefer to like call the trade at a really nice level. Otherwise, what's the best practice is to then say, okay, I'd like people to have a bit more restraint and be like, maybe I could have trusted that this 3-hour area was always going to be a reaction zone, wasn't it? And then have the confidence in themselves to be able to take it from that level. Not rely on me to say, oh, hang on a second, on the break of this low now, I'm going to take a sell. Because if I had thought about it enough, I would have given you plenty of warning to do that. That if we break this low, take a sell. But because it was breaking the low and I just hit sell, time it takes me to say, oh yeah, sorry guys, take a sell here, especially with the delay in the stream, people are going to get a shit position, and then if it comes back up, you're instantly in drawdown, and that's not going to be good. That's worse than me telling you to do that. Take a trade and get in a bad position and then push up, and me saying, oh yeah, no, it's right, I entered here.
We at the start of the session, we drew out all of the different areas with adults.
Yeah, but I also want to be transparent and say exactly when it was, but that was what I was hoping for to happen. It didn't, and then it started just pushing back down. So in that case, it was like, I had to react too late. It was too late for me to tell people to jump in. But the sells, the whole idea was looking for sells. That's what this pathway was. It obviously didn't do it exactly the same, but this is the area I was looking for price to start reacting from.
Probably going to be an opportunity to scale in anyway, so just keep an eye out.
Yeah. Dave, if you get to the study sessions on G Drive, have a look at, I think it's like the third earliest one we've done, which would be back in May. It might be towards the end of May, but there was one talking about when price starts trending, how there's often 2 or 3 entries into the trend run. So that I'd rather people not take a sell and then sell at the worst possible point. And then, because this is often what will happen, is time. If I just take an instant reaction sell, most of the time, they're going to be. If you're slow on the finger, you'll literally enter a sell there, and then price will come back up to the entry. And most of the time, these entries that are on the break of the low, price will return to that area, and you'll be in a little bit of either you have been in a profitable position that's now come back to break even, and you have to then decide how to manage that trade, or you have a later entry and then you'll be in drawdown. So I'd rather just say, okay, well, if this was truly a reaction area, very rarely price just goes up and then down. Most of the time it does something like that. So there's often, if we miss the first break out, there's often a chance to get in on the partial retest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All this, yeah, I was thinking, Marion, all these things about like that they've been talking about with kids. I'm like, how the hell did people survive back then? Like, they make it out to be so you got to do this, this, and this. I'm like, Jesus, there's no time for anything anymore. Like, literally, everything's about preparing this and disinfecting this and making sure that create this environment which is immune to kids. Like the car seat, I understand the car seat and safety and all this stuff. I get it. But then I remember, the amount of things that they said about is safe for the child in the car seat. And I remember my mother saying that, like, there was seats like this. I think my mum was saying that she had one like this for my eldest brother. Something similar. Look at it. It's like a roller coaster. Jeez. The one we've got looked very different.
I hope so.
Yeah. We got that's my job today. Sorry, not today. I've got to go get the car cleaned professionally inside. Sarah wants to be sterilized. Then I've got to install the car seat because we're basically finished moving stuff from the house.
YouTube, mate. YouTube. It'll teach you.
Yeah. The guy, so one of my friends, they got the exact same car seat, and he's an engineer, and he's like, make sure you do the car seat early. It took me hours to figure out how to put it in. I was like, oh.
Mine a hospital that had a service where they put it in for you.
Oh yeah?
That was long ago.
Yeah, I think we should be able to do it ourselves, shouldn't we? Because what happens if it comes out? I need to know how to do it. So SciVXT iFix. Isofix. So we got this one, SciVX. This is the one we got. So I'm sure they're going to show me how to put it in the car. It's like a cool little racing seat. I should get one for myself.
In Australia, for the first 6 months, I think it is, they're not allowed to face forward.
Yeah, so the base on this one is rotates 360 completely. So you can like have it 90 degrees, put it baby in, and then you turn it so it's facing the back seat.
Yeah.
And then when they get older, you can spin it all the way around so that it goes to the front. So pretty cool.
You're not having to buy another one.
Saves your back as well when you're trying to put the kid in, that you can just spin it completely around. Yeah, it lays down flat as well. Well, not flat, but it lays down a lot to take the pressure off the baby's. Well, the baby shouldn't be in the car seat anyway. Till it can support its neck a little bit. I don't think I'm going to be traveling with the baby too much for now.
That was a quick sell move there, mate.
Yeah, that was your retest, and that's what I was saying. Like, understand price action, so that obviously I'm trying to give you as much commentary as I can. But if you miss the breakout, don't rush it. Don't rush it, because there's usually a better planned entry. A better planned entry. So if you miss it and then it comes back into that zone, usually it does come back into that zone. You just got to think about how many times you take a trade and it comes back to entry and you're at break even at a point. Like, very rarely just you take it one way and it's just instant profits. Very rarely. So the new hour candle, the danger is the hour candle's just opened. So 4 minutes ago. So we need to decide, are we doing a wick fill on this 1 hour candle, or is it opening with no top wick and just driving straight down? Like, most of the time we'll create some top wick on this new hour candle. So got to be very aware of the time that we're trading. Ideal entry would have been up. Where was about here? And that would have given a 28, 29 pip move. But it looks bullish. Still looking bullish. We need, little by little, we need these time frames to roll over. I wonder if it's just going to hold us here for a bit. 15-minute. Remember, that's been the lovely candle lately. Has been the 15 minutes. Told us which direction. At the moment, I don't see no 15-minute rejections. 30-minute. Oh,
doji.
gosh. See, now this is something I could also get involved with above there. So push candle, doji, and then trading at the extremes. If it doesn't take out this low and pushes up, I would give that a little go as well to see if we can get that late London reaction. Because then we are really starting to get to like a decent London range for a reaction. Still, it's not because we are trading this in this daily range.
I ask and doesn't like it.
Because we are in this daily range at the moment still, it's still really unsure which way we're going to go, like overall. So take little jabs in the market today. Get yourself a little bit of a buffer for profits for this week. Don't try to hit a home run today on Monday. 20-30 pips, take some profit. Oh, I should update my little thing, shouldn't I? So what's there for? So first trade.
So if you look at the 30-minute,
Yeah. 30-minute. Yeah, mate.
yeah, so here you can say this is a HCS also. So it's not necessary price has to taken out that doji candle high right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we may just push downside, and this may be targeted in the future. Let's say once we grab enough liquidity from our bottom side, and this is also the higher time frame HCS zone. So we may just respect for now. We may just come back, and then afterward we may again start upside. Another thing is the 5-minute here. It was 5-minute HCS also here. So that doji candle form.
Oh yeah.
Doji candle. It also created a 5-minute HCS here.
Right. Okay.
So we may say that right now they may respect that high and start moving downside. But this is just always a risky one. But if we respect this thing for right now, we may start moving downside, and once we get enough liquidity from downside, then we may again start targeting that high, this high afterward. Right now, they may respect that thing because we doji by doji base still is HCS. Obviously, that was a weak HCS, but still HCS.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it is a doji.
And we don't have any higher time frame manipulation yet. They're just getting like a lower time frame manipulation.
Yeah.
And 3 hour is still open. 50-minute don't have any manipulation. 30-minute have, but that's a weak manipulation in the form of doji. Hourly also close. On hourly we don't have any kind of manipulation. So just anticipating that this 3 hour going to close in our direction. We got 2 hours also close. 2 hour haven't give us any kind of manipulation. So we are expecting this 3 hour gonna close in our direction.
Yeah. How long we've got? 3 hours to close. Another hour and 50 minutes. Okay.
But Monday I think is a slow market.
Yeah. Especially a bank holiday as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even trading today in NY session. Just gonna chill and come back tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to do NY either. There's no point. You got to take it as a day off.
Yeah.
I mean, the last bank holiday day we had, it was a great day. So there's always a chance you look at the charts after and you're like disappointed that you didn't do anything. But that you gotta get that FOMO feelings out.
Hayden, have you ever traded Pepperstone on TradingView?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Well, I've never used TradingView for actual execution. Is it any good?
I don't like it.
Right. You stick with the MT. Yeah.
I thing I didn't like about it was because I was really excited to trade on it because I thought it was going to have a lot more features than typical MetaTrader. But the way they do things a little bit backwards. That they use Volt like this. I couldn't get my head around. Where's paper trade? Oh, right there. Okay, so when you put on a trade, they use units instead of lot sizes. I couldn't quite get my head around what it was, the units per lot size. So I thought it was like, I thought 100,000 would be like one standard lot. But I don't think it works out that way. I'm pretty sure there was differences between units and lot sizes. So that was one thing I had to then try figure out. Then the next thing was, so say like we put on a trade. I found it was a little bit slow. So let me just put in a sell. Oh, yeah. See that? I thought 100,000 might be a standard lot. That's 140,000. So then I think we can click and then do stop loss. I can just lift it up and I can drop that. So that's really cool. And I thought this button, reverse position, I thought I was in a trading, and what did I think reverse position was? It's literally as it sounds, like, but I thought what it would do is give me an option. Oh, one standard lot's 10,000 units. Oh, okay. Thank you. I was trying to close partials. So if I go protect position, I can only move my stop loss or take profit. So then I was like, oh, well, I can't close a portion. I couldn't figure out how to close a portion through here. And then I thought, well, what if I push this button? And I did it, and then I was in a trade, and it instantly went from a sell into a buy. It closed my sell, and now I'm buying. I'm like, oh my god.
You do know how to close partials now, right? Yeah, you can press close position, and it'll ask you. There'll be a box that you can tick that says.
Well, I did close, but it just closes completely.
Well, the one because I just watched a tutorial today, and you just click on that cross, and then it says you've got the option of just closing it or closing partial.
Right, yeah.
It does seem the features there. I just don't know why I didn't see it there.
Okay. And then the other thing about it was when I'd go into the terminal, and because I took it, that was a sell then a buy, and they both lost. And if I go to history, it says buy then a sell, because it does the opposite. So see how, like, position history for today. Oh, so there's a sell at market. Then I didn't cancel it. I don't know. And then a buy, and then a sell. So it's like every time you close a trade, if I'm closing a buy, I'm basically selling to close it. So when I go through and read it, I was like, I really didn't like the way that it did things. It made it very hard for me to go through and then work out, like, this sell position is me closing some of the buys. But look, to me, this looks like, well, where's a new trade and where's a original trade? You know what I mean? So I didn't like it. So 10,000 units. So this should be... That's more than one standard lot though. That's $9,000. So it's almost one unit is one standard lot. That would be closer, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think one unit is one lot. But for currencies it's different again, I think. So if I sell one unit, that should be $10. 10 units would be $10 US more or less. And it just closes straight away. Yeah, as you can see, I didn't like it, and I thought I'm going back to MetaTrader. Yeah. I made far too many mistakes because I went with I've tried FXCM and Pepperstone. No, sorry, it was Oanda I tried in here first. FXCM is the ones I did first with that was my very first broker who was recommended to me. But I changed because they weren't offering ECN once I got to learn about the spreads. That I wanted to pay commission and have less spreads because some of the spreads were like 3 pips, 4 pips. This is like 6 years ago, and I felt that I was constantly either missing entry by spread or getting closed out by spread. So I'd rather just I went ECN just to get a bit tighter. So I went to Oanda. I went from FXCM to Oanda, mainly because they were offered on here, on TradingView as well. But I left Oanda because I didn't like the way that, I'm not sure if it was Oanda or Oanda. But I felt with them, every time I held trades over rollover for the next day, I felt I got mad at the broker because I was getting sometimes I got 30 pip slippage overnight. And these are admittedly some of these are New Zealand and CAD pairs, because I was trading all pairs at that stage. And I really didn't like it. That I was I called the broker and that I understood slippage, but I thought 30 pips was a bit extreme. So I left them, went to Pepperstone, and then I saw on Pepperstone, the exact same stuff happens. It was just me getting cross at the broker. Then I realized they're all basically the same. So just go with one that has, I would have said the same thing about my Forex funds. That's one of the bigger ones that's been around for a while, but I've never had any issues with Pepperstone. Apart from overnight, sometimes you still get those crazy slippage if you're holding a trade. So I just don't hold trades overnight. Unless I'll hold trades, but they'll be swing trades. If I'm pretty comfortable with my entry and entries we are getting to overnight, there are times that I'll remove my stop loss for that 1 hour when it's going through that rollover period, and then put the stop loss back on, just so that it doesn't get caught out with that slippage, because it's usually price usually just stays here, but slippage can do. That first hour can send your spreads really wide, and then once it resumes for that first hour, put the stop loss back in, and then let it be a bit more normal. right, well. This is not having it. It's back at my entry again, so that trade closed down. Are you going to try Dominion after Christmas, Roger? Yeah, I mean, Raja always talks about his latency being good. The thing I don't like about Dominion or some of these other ones is that check out the fees to like for you to get withdrawals for or you to deposit into them. Like for me with Pepperstone, it doesn't cost me anything to deposit or withdraw, and then when I withdraw, it's in my bank account the next day. Where some of these other guys can take like 2 days, 3 days, or they can it costs you to do a withdrawal. So do consider that as well. Like Black Bull is meant to be pretty decent, and they're in New Zealand. For New Zealand clients, it's an option. They have high, they have high leverage as well, so you can still get like 1 to 100 easily with them. You don't need 1 to 500, but they do offer it up to 500. But you can, if you withdraw. And if you're in Australia or somewhere else, I think it's like $20. And it's 3 to 5 days if you're overseas. They don't see they don't tell you the fees. If you're in New Zealand, it's no fees because it's just bank account to bank account. So that's the other thing I don't like. I don't like how all the fees, if I want to withdraw $20 or $2,000, I want it to be easy. All right, here we go. We didn't break the low, and we're pushing up to the highs. So the hour candle's still looking very bullish, but I think I'll give it a little stab again. This will be the final trade, and I'll do a little cowboy trade. Because they're so bullish, I feel this is dangerous, but I'm going to trade this gap here. Yeah, I know, resembles the study session discussion. I know, so... Oh, you did a buy limit short. Oh, buy limit short. Sell limit, Tom. Sell limit. Sell limit. Yeah. This is all like not just the discussion on Friday on the weekend, but this also reminds me of this Thursday crap, doesn't it, as well? And if that's the case, then really should be targeting 16,000 again for the sells. But I'm going to see. Because I said I said this is what I was going to do. If it gave me a pump candle, doji, and then I'll take the high if it didn't break the low. It didn't happen on the 15, but happened on the 30. So that's going to be a pump candle, doji. Take it from the break the high because it never broke the low. Oh, what time of the study? What time are the study sessions on the weekend? It's usually Saturdays, my morning. So about between 8 and 9, my morning, which is around. You're in Queensland, aren't you? So that is between 5 and 6. But obviously that will change to 6 or 7 when daylight savings kicks in. It's flexible though. Like if not many people can make it, it's always recorded anyway. But if people can't make it, or most people can't make it, then it can be on Sunday as well. It should be every weekend. Let's say they're going to be the vast majority of the weekends. If it doesn't happen on the weekend for whatever reason, usually I'll try and make up for it during the week. Usually. Or if there's like everyone wanted to do a different time, it can be later. Just need to find a time that suits everyone. But I think I'm going to do a drop-in session as well, like every couple weeks during the week, midweek, as a little bit of a refresher. You work until 4? Yeah. Oh, on Saturdays you work until 4 because you're an online shop, isn't it? Oh, hey Hitman 2099. Sorry, I missed your message. First time viewing live. Nice to have you here. Got five boys. Car seats are the least of your issues. Holy, 5 boys. Oh, you work in a retail on Saturdays. Okay, gotcha. This is going to be a battle of patience, isn't it? So see how it did pump, and then doji, and then did give a decent move on the high. All I want is like 30 pips. I'd like 50, but today I'll be content with 30. What's gold doing? 43. Oh, you're a shift worker, just started shift. You can look at the Asian and then the UK markets. Yeah, I mean, usually German 40 is pretty good. German 40 is one of my favorites because it's usually predictable. The volume is generally around this time, so it means you can, like, from trading currencies, you're never really sure when the volume's going to come. But German's pretty reliable, so it's usually definitely something I look at each morning. I think that's one of the hardest things is finding your style that you like to trade, but then finding something that can move more reliably in the time that you actually can trade as well. If you can carve out a little bit of time to trade around this time, then I'll suggest give German 40 a little bit of some consistency to track, to see if you can track along the movements, because you can get decent pippage. Like normally we would wrap up around this time. So either we've got the trade or we haven't. There's some this one's a little bit slow. I mean, if you're buying, it would have been fantastic. But didn't pick those buys out of the blocks. Asian session's tough to trade. So this is given another one now. So hopefully this is it. This is the two. Hopefully this is the resistance one. And this is resistance 2. Chart patterns reflecting this morning's Nikkei session. Oh, right. Yeah, the Nikkei is something odd. If I was in, I think the spreads can be a little bit high for Nikkei, but that is something that I would, if I was in Australia again, I would, and I wanted to trade in the morning, I would look at that. One thing when I go back and look at all my trades, it's amazing that how the winning trades all look so similar. And the losing trades, when I look back at them, I'm like, geez. Sometimes as I find it difficult to find where I got into the trade. Because it just looks like a mess. And somehow at the time I found the trade. But all my winning trades, they resemble the same thing. Most of the time. Once I go back and look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly where I would have got in. Or anticipation entry or something like that. I do have Nikkei up here somewhere. Let's have a little peek. Spreads are 5 times higher on Alpha Capital during the Asian session. Yeah, that's the other problem. That was the thing that has come up quite a lot in that CFTC report on my Forex funds, was that when they identified profitable methods that traders were having, they employed some fix to try remove that, didn't they? You know what? I'll get a coffee or something, and we'll see if that can give this a little move along, because I haven't done that yet. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. Just before you go, I think I got a session with you about in an hour and a half, haven't I? I booked on Calendly.
Yeah, you did.
How does that? Does that come as a Zoom link, or is it gonna pop up on my computer telling me it's on, or how does it work?
It's sent as soon as you book in, it sends you the Zoom link. Do you not receive it? It should auto reply to you with it. I'll send you a new one anyway if you want, because it's in my.
Yeah, do that.
It's in my I've got it in my Zoom calendar. Like it says that the meeting with you is going to start at this time. That automatically got set up. So I know Calendly sent it.
So it might just. Sometimes they just come up and tell me the Zoom meeting now's been on. I don't know where it hides in my calendar system, but it may prompt me. But anyway, we'll see. And if it doesn't, just send me another one.
Yeah,
Okay?
I'll send you a new one, because sometimes when you accept it, it goes somewhere in the computer. It's harder to find.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where. Some people, for me as well, someone sent me a link before, and I accepted it, and then I'm like, where the hell did the link go? It's disappeared.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Okay, looking forward to it. Cheers.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
All right, I'll be back in 5 minutes. So hopefully this can. I'm gonna see if it can retrace here. Hopefully, like I don't really want to break this zone, but that is the 30-minute zone, so maybe the coffee break will give it a little hurry up. So, all right, we'll see. I'll be back. Okay, Glenn. All right. So, pretty confident we're coming down to this area at some stage today. Around here. Just got to find out when it's going to come down there, but I'm pretty confident. Like this. Like Thursday. And Friday. And then when I see these, I'm pretty confident that we're going back down to at least this area. So same thing around here. Just a matter of timing this. So at the moment, it's just, this is really reminding me of Thursday, isn't it? Just getting in. If we knew there was gonna be New York volume, I'd probably do that, and then we could like set some alerts up around the 16,000 area again. No pin bar, can do a wick fill. I'll give it to the close of the hour, otherwise it'll I'll call it a day. The only thing that's moving well is pound Aussie. another 15 minutes. So I guess now that more time has gone by, I could probably use this 15-minute candle as a bit of a rejection. Then the doji taking that high above. Be nice if this candle can close bearish. Then I say the move down is gonna be a lot easier. But it's gonna be 7 minutes till that candle closes. If we just do a straight wick fill, anticipation entry, it would have been this one if you were watching this specific zone. Confirmation would be waiting for this candle to close, for it to close bearish. And then you enter when it can close, or maybe just it wicks up a little bit more and then drops. There was already confirmations on the 3 minute, but higher time frames better. I'm not going to wait around for this, so I'm going to not leave this unattended. So what I'm going to do is, at this area, I'm going to set an alert instead. I'm not going to actually take that trade impulsively. If I was here to manage it and watch it, I would enter. But I'm not going to leave a sell limit here. But I want to know when it breaks here, because I'm going to target at least this area for later on. So I'm hoping it's going to do something. I'll mark that area anyway, but I'm reasonably confident that we've got a move like this at some stage today. Now, if price can push up to the 16,000 area and then react up there, then I could look to take it back down. Or if it does something like maybe around 12ish, reacts up here, then I might just look for even a 30 pip move from here to here, and then close partials, and then see if it can get that run. But I'm pretty confident in this move It's just how we're going to get it. And this German's going to outlast me. If I create this habit where I sit here and watch it all day, it'll be a bad habit too, that very easily I can start wasting my days. Oh, hey Rodney, how are you, mate? Yeah, so I'm going to leave alerts at, I'll leave it at 16,000. 15,960. Maybe if it comes down without me, then I want to know as well, because then my idea is kind of done. And I'd have to just say, like from a discipline point of view, this is what I'm trying to target. This move. From a revision kind of review, I'm gonna have to see if my idea played out, and two, how could I have got this entry? At the moment, like I can see that the entry would have been an entry right here, but for some reason I'm uneasy about that one. And I think most of the time it's like, if you're not quite sure, if you're in doubt, just stay out. But I'm happy to give it a bit of a shot if we're starting to see some price action from here or here. Yeah. I could also see us just completely fade out this NFP move down. Because I'm unsure. I'm also unsure how to interpret the non-farm payroll in this instance. Most of the time, I've got a pretty good idea, but for some reason, things aren't quite moving the way I'm expecting them to from a fundamental point of view, or my time is just a little bit off. When I'm expecting something to happen, it's not quite happening. Like I don't know how many times I've given pound Aussie a go to try get in for these longer term, and like I was in longs, I was on longs on this day, and I was up a ton. I was up a ton on this, and I'd closed a lot of it at this high, even at this high, enough that I was like, well, I don't want to close all of it, because I really thought we're going up to 1.97 or 1.98 even. And it just came down, and it just entered, like it took my runner, and then I entered again, and I thought I was in a good thing. I was up 70 pips, and then it came down. I didn't close anything on that one, and then it took my runner for break even, and now I'm in this one again today, about there sometime, and this one now looks to be, I'm up 50 pips, so I'm going to. I really think pound's going up, but it's just struggling, man. It's really struggling to get going. So I feel like I'm a little bit out of sync with the market. So when that's the case, I'll stick to my processes, because I know that they've been treating me very well for a long time, but there are periods in the year that you're gonna fall into some losing streaks here and there. And I think consistency is how quickly you can pull yourself out of these things. Last week wasn't a good week, to be honest. Like I had a few. There were a couple good trades, but there were mostly just break evens or a few losses in there. The previous 2 weeks was fantastic, and kind of very easily you get down having a bad week, or just a week that your expectations aren't met. And it's very easy for you to start changing things. I won't change things, so I'll keep sticking to my processes. I'll keep reviewing how I did. There might be some like little short-term little things I notice when I do these daily reviews, and I might use some of that information to be like, you know what, maybe I should be a bit more patient here or there. Like I'll make little micro adjustments like that, but I won't make massive adjustments, change your style or anything. I'll refine things, but I will never just try become something completely new. So I'm confident for this level, this zone. It's just a matter of when is it going to do it. So yeah, all right. Well, it's 10 o'clock. my time. So I'm going to scoot. Not going to do New York session, bank holiday over there. So we could get a good move, or we might not. But I think it's best to just pick the days. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow, London time. Yeah, sounds good. Trade safe, keep risk low. Any questions? Just shoot me a message, email, Discord, whatever. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. It really helps. There's a website that's got a lot of free stuff on there, free Discord part as well. So make sure you join that. And I'll see you guys another time. Alrighty.